Episode 62. 72, not 62.
72.
That's a lot of episodes.
That is a lot of episodes.
I was staring at the number 72 and read 62. Got problems.
It's all good.
But all good. I am in the Grand Ole Opry Hotel. I don't know if it's the Grand Ole Opry. It's just the Gaylord Opryland Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee, with quite a lot of vegetation behind me.
Yeah, it looks vegetated for sure.
It's got 10,000 plants here in the atrium. Something like that.
10,000.
It's got 2,888 rooms. I wanted to find the acreage because their expansion was 4.5 acres. Anyway, very big hotel, but that's where I'm at right now. No curling, which was a little bit of a bummer.
Did you ever
We also
reach
didn't
out
reach
to Jared Allen?
Yeah, I'll say no, we didn't reach out anyway.
Dude.
Well, when I thought that you weren't going to be able to make it, I can't go curling without you.
Yeah, but if you would have reached out to Jared Allen and he said he could do it, I would make it no matter what. I don't care what the price of the flight is. I would have been there.
I would have ran, hitchhiked.
Yeah, walked, whatever.
Well, anyway, so here now, getting our episode in. We just recorded the episode for next week. That's right, pre-recorded. Fun stories. We've got adventure going on. A couple, we'll just tease the guests, a couple of Alan's buddies that went to Mount Everest Base Camp, which we'll say in the next episode, didn't realize how high up the base camp is.
Yeah.
It's not like you just walk up to it. It's a venture in and of itself. So that'll be cool. But what do you got going on? How was your weekend?
It was good. Went to another wedding, which was a lot of fun. It was in
Another
Columbia. Yeah, I've been to so many weddings lately, but it was a really nice wedding. It was around the lake, pretty sweet. Got to see some friends I hadn't seen in a while, so that was nice. And
That is always fun.
yeah, it was good. Now I'm just at my parents' house recording in front of a blank wall because my room here has been turned into a storage unit, basically. So that's good.
No vegetation behind you this time.
Nope, nothing like that. So just got a blank wall
Nothing.
today, unfortunately.
Hey, that's fair.
But yeah, we're
I,
just preparing for the big trip we got coming up. Exciting.
I know. I'm so well because I've already left for it. Because
Yeah.
so yesterday morning drove to Nashville. We've got a wedding next weekend, so we'll drive to Columbia right afterwards. Go to the wedding, then we're hopping on the plane and then we're gone. And then Madeira next week around. So just stay tuned for all this travel stuff coming. But I wanted to say, you and I talked about it a little bit last night. But on the drive, I was just trying to catch up, past time because I was in the car for like 10 hours yesterday, which honestly wasn't bad at all. But the Kendrick Drake beef, I caught up all about it.
Ooh.
Kendrick has murdered Drake.
Somebody needs to check on my man. He can't be doing well. Not at
His
all.
last diss track was literally just being like, no, that's not true. You want to stop this beef?
I haven't heard the last one. I don't think I even need to.
The Heart Part 6.
I haven't heard it yet. It's over. It's got to be over.
Like literally the way the last diss track was him saying it's not true. I planted a fake story from my camp. You want to stop this? You want to squash it? Like straight defensive. The man is.
Since you've looked into it more, what happened with the shooting at Drake's place? Do you know?
That one was, I think, an attempted break-in, right?
Yeah, but the
I
timing.
don't know
on it,
much
dude.
about it.
I don't know either.
I know. Probably was just, I don't know, a PR stunt to get the attention off, to take the heat off.
Maybe. The timing on it just. It could have gone one of a few ways. It could just be a PR stunt. It could be an actual hitman from Kendrick's camp, or
Yeah.
it could just be somebody who has outside beef with Drake who just thought it was perfect timing to be like, oh yeah, whatever happens right now is going to be automatically thought to be Kendrick, so let me hop in here. So no telling, man. There's a bunch of different ways it could go.
That is, I mean, that's a good, I didn't even think about that with it because I was just looking into like the timeline and everything because when I wasn't really paying any attention until Euphoria came out, Kendrick's first track back response, I guess. And so I looked a little bit into it. But I guess all of it started when on Drake's last album, when J. Cole did the collab with him, the First Person Shooter song, they wanted Kendrick to do it, essentially saying they're like the big three in rap or in hip hop. And Kendrick was like, no.
Oh, I
I'm
didn't know
not.
that's when
It's
it
just
started.
me. And then eventually, like he did like one song that it was like not really like a diss track, but just saying it's like it's not a big three, it's just me.
Right.
And then J. Cole put out something essentially. I can't remember what exactly he said, but he went after Kendrick a little bit, took it down and apologized, which everyone made fun of at first. And then they're like, actually, nope, smart man. He's
Probably a
just
good
chilling. Like,
move because you don't want to get in a battle with Kendrick, dude.
no, because they're like all these memes now of just like J. Cole chilling, making a latte in the morning, just
Yeah.
kicking back, relaxing, staying out of it. And then Drake made 2 songs, and then Kendrick put out Euphoria, and then 616 in LA. And then which one was kind of like, it was fine. And then May 3rd. So I think that song came out in the morning. Later in the day, Drake put out Family Matters. And then 30 minutes later, Kendrick came back with Meet the Grams. So he clearly knew that something was coming.
Oh, yeah.
And then right after, Meet the Grams was like, your coffin's sealed.
That one was bad.
And then if that wasn't enough, he comes out with Not Like Us, which is a banger, first of all.
Yeah,
And then also completely, that puts the dirt on top of Drake. And then Drake came back with The Heart Part 6 as, again, it was like the white flag song.
Right.
In this.
I need to listen to that one. That's the one I haven't heard.
But
Man.
Anyway, that was something. So I was catching up on that on the ride, listening through those songs a few times.
Yeah.
And then the Florida Georgia line.
Yeah, beef. Got some rap beef, got some country beef.
Which I gotta say, it's working for them. I listened to all of the Kendrick and Drake songs. I even listened to, I would say half, a little bit less than half of 2 of Tyler Hubbard and 2 of BK songs, Brian Kelly's songs.
And for anybody that doesn't know, Joe can't stand Florida Georgia Line. Absolutely despises them. So it's working for him.
I had to do some journalistic and my due diligence.
Yeah, that's something Joe would have never listened to would have not been for this beef. So sometimes beef can kind of boost you a little bit.
I think all the time beef. Should we manufacture beef with someone?
Me and you. Start beefing.
Oh, yeah.
You want a beef?
Yeah,
no, we need to team up on somebody.
Yeah, we need someone that helps boost our brand. But for anyone who doesn't know, Bussin' with the Boys put out an episode with Tyler Hubbard, who was one of the guys in Florida Georgia Line. And that released last Tuesday. And then they did an emergency pod 2 days later with Brian Kelly, the other member of Florida Georgia Line, telling his side of it. So my whole drive was investigation into music beef. It was awesome.
Yeah, dude, we need to find out a way to manufacture some beef with somebody.
Or just getting a real beef with someone. Little boy.
I'm down to start some beef.
We go, little boy.
Let's go. Come on. Cool with beef.
That's about all I've got in my amateur hours that I want to start beef with someone.
I mean, that is a pretty amateur move, but seems to be working for people.
Or is it a professional move?
Yeah, it could be a professional move too. Yeah, I mean,
but other than that, it's just
pretty much all I got too, man. Just been chilling, not working. Went wakeboarding last weekend, and I'm pretty sure I jacked my back up wakeboarding because I just hadn't done it in forever. So
it's weird muscles that you're just not used to using either.
Yeah, and it was a little bit choppy, so when you got outside, it was kind of a little harder to hold on. It wasn't hurting when I was doing it, but the next morning I woke up feeling old, man. Unfortunately.
You are old. That's why you're feeling old.
Nah, dude, don't do that to me. Not on live TV.
Not on live TV. Make it stop. It's beef.
Yeah, we're really gonna have to beef.
But you've been getting swole still. You're looking swole.
Thanks, man. Took a couple days off from the gym. Probably needed it. So
yeah. About to, once we finish recording, go hit the gym. Going to do a little swimming this week.
We got to figure out how we're going to work out when we're on our trip.
This is a plug. They should pay me for this, but they're not. Ladder, the app, I've been like hyping it up to you. It's fitness. You get like you put yourself into a different team based off of the coach, and it's all different workout styles. And it's good because it's made for people who are used to working out to some degree. Like you don't have to be in it a ton, but instead of walking through everything from the beginning, it syncs with your music. You can put your phone down and it just counts you through the workouts, that kind of stuff. And then it has like a journal that you can put in weights, your intensity, rep range, all that kind of stuff. And then next time you do it, it shows you where you were last time. If you're trying to, push it, maintain it, whatever you're doing from there. But I'm in like a bodybuilding one right now, but I might just shift it and see if there's like a body weight calisthenics. What is it? Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, we probably need to do something along those lines. Push-ups,
I'm definitely going to hit some push-ups.
which might be along the lines of a world record we'll talk about later.
That would be wild.
Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, we'll figure out a way, one way or the other. I really want to run. We've talked about this on here before. But Joe decided he wasn't going to bring his running shoes on the trip.
I haven't decided that. There isn't, because we're flying cheap, and so we don't even have a carry-on for a lot of flights. It's got to be the personal item. And we're gone for a long time.
Yeah.
So another pair of shoes seems extra. So I'm bringing them to the first leg, and we'll see if they make it the rest of the trip.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or if they go back home with Caitlin. But anyway, going to swim now. That's my version of it. So hit the workout, hit some swimming.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Got to get ready for the ocean, for the beach life.
Oh, yeah. Beaching.
Well, should we do Iceman now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
What's up, everybody? This week's Unsung Hero goes out to the Seattle Mariners. You see, everybody on this podcast, if you've been around for a little while, knows we are a pro-glizzy podcast. Pork torpedo, whatever you want to call them. You see, while we highlighted the Costco story several months back, it is important to realize that the growth of the glizzy community is exponentially getting larger. The Seattle Mariners have introduced a new promotional piece where they start playing Heaven is a Place on Earth, cue the music, and then begin dropping hot dogs from heaven. Yes, little hot dogs on a parachute that start floating into the crowd from the rafters of the stadium. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. It's growing the hot dog community. And even Dallas Braden has recently got in, makeshifting a cane or something else, some kind of prop, in order to pull one off. They got stuck right next to the broadcast booth while the Oakland A's were there. You know what? I'm all about growing the hot dog community. Keep it going, Seattle. You guys are this week's Unsung Hero.
The Pork Missile Pod.
Pork Missile. Heaven is a Place on Earth, and there's glizzies raining down. I want to see a video of that. That sounds amazing.
We'll throw
the
a video
ballpark dog. Gotta love it.
The Mariners, though, they spanked the Braves.
When?
They came out with 2 out of 3, and then the Dodgers swept
the Braves or the Mariners?
The Mariners kicked off winning 2 out of 3 against the Braves, and then the Dodgers played the Braves. So, little anger at the Mariners right now, but they've gotten back on track since.
Yeah.
Although, anyway, I was about to complain about them early. I was going to say midseason, not even early. An early season, regular season baseball game. So I can't do that right here. No one else cares about that.
Yeah, I haven't really been watching. I did watch the other night when we blew it in the 9th to the Mets, though.
That's the one I was about to complain about.
Oh, yeah. I watched that one so I can...
Brandon Nimmo not playing most of the game, comes in, makes a couple good plays in the outfield, and hits a walk-off home run. That was stupid.
Yep, that was tough. Big tough. We won the series, though, right?
Yeah, that would have been a sweep, though.
Yeah.
Which is... Love a divisional sweep, but wasn't to be.
Yep, that's the only game I've watched this year, and we lost in classic fashion, so great. Tough. We still got a long season ahead, brother.
It's tough. Yeah, it's a long season. That's what I'm saying. No one else cares about hearing me complain about a not even mid-season, an early season, regular season MLB game.
I care a little
so
bit.
I won't.
Just
you care a little bit. I appreciate that. You don't actually care, but you care about me to some degree.
Right, and I care a little bit because I did watch the game, so.
That's true. If it was a game that I didn't watch, I wouldn't have cared at all.
Exactly.
Moving on, 2-minute drill. So the NFL schedule has been released, and the Chiefs are going to be hosting the Ravens for the first game of the season, which is going to be awesome. I think that's going to be a great first game. And then Tom Brady is going to make his announcing debut as the Cowboys come to Cleveland to face the Browns. So that deal that he inked, what was it, like 3, 4, 10, 15 years ago is finally going to come to fruition. We'll see how he is as an announcer. And also interesting, Peyton Manning has announced that Bill Belichick is going to be on every episode of the Manning Cast this year during the first quarter. So I think that's also going to be really fun, having the three of them talk ball.
Yeah, that would be real interesting. Also, speaking of scheduling, College Game Day is going to be kicking off the year in College Station as the Notre Dame Fighting Irish come to Texas A&M for the first game of the Mike Elko era. Should be interesting there. I mentioned a few weeks ago the Lions had some big contracts extending both Penei Sewell and St. Brown on record deals. Well, now they're giving a record deal for their franchise to make Jared Goff the highest paid player ever in their franchise with a 4-year, $212 million deal. So they're clearly trying to add up some pieces to be good for a little while here. Also, the Bucks just made Antoine Winfield Jr. the NFL's highest paid defensive back with a 4-year, $84.1 million deal.
The Lions are spending some money.
Yeah.
But former Gamecock and two-time WNBA MVP Aja Wilson is getting her own signature Nike shoes. This is going to make her one of 3 active WNBA players with signature deals. Also, fun fact, I took the SAT with her, which makes her, I believe, the only person I've taken the SAT with that has a signature Nike deal.
That's a fun fact. And sticking with women's basketball, Iowa's head coach Lisa Bluter is retiring after 24 seasons with the Hawkeyes. Sorry if I messed your name up. Don't really know that much about women's basketball. But she's going out kind of on top with a 528 to 254 all-time record, making 18 NCAA tournament appearances, and she went on a high note with Caitlin Clark recently. So since Dawn Staley in South Carolina exists, that's pretty much as high of a note as you can end on in women's basketball because fortunately, you're not winning. So
yeah, you had Caitlin Clark.
Yeah,
it's like I can't be the winningest franchise,
but you had Caitlin Clark. So there you go.
But you had Caitlin Clark.
I don't know if I said her name right or not. Bluter.
Blunder. I have no idea. I ain't gonna fact check you.
Somebody will.
Yeah,
it's all good though. Should be interesting having Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in the studio. Different studios, but they'll be there.
But still,
yeah,
still there. I feel like watching him on the roast, which you still need to watch. I feel like Tom Brady is going to be solid as an announcer.
I think it'll be like a Tony Romo type deal, except
not
it's Tom
as good
Brady.
as a Greg Olson. Not as good as a Greg Olson.
You think Greg Olson's better than Tony Romo?
I think so. Don't you?
I like listening to Tony Romo, man.
Really?
He literally calls out the play before it's going to happen, and I think Tom Brady's going to be even that much better at doing that.
That's true, and you respect him more because he doesn't crumble under pressure. No offense, Mr. Romo.
Right.
But I think Bill with the Mannings is going to be awesome because his personality coming out, again, back to the roast, he's been on Pat McAfee a decent amount, which has been awesome. It's just fun, and I feel like the 3 of them, it's just like, yeah, why wouldn't I want to hear the 3 of them talk about football when it's going on?
Yeah, and having Eli on there with Bill, I'm sure there'll be references to the 2 Super Bowls that never were for the Patriots there.
The undefeated season that never was.
Yeah. Thank you, Eli Manning, for that. Yeah. Keeping the Dolphins as the only ones. Big time.
Fair. All right. A game for this episode. I was like, I'm going to come up with a new game. And I ended up not doing a new game. I'm just doing a ripoff of another game that exists. But have you ever played Smartass, the game, the trivia game?
I don't know.
So it's trivia. The way it works is there's a card. It's like, who am I? Where am I? What am I? You draw one of them. And then it starts with a more vague clue and then gets more specific as it goes. And you get one guess and you want to guess it before everyone else. But if you guess it wrong, you don't get a guess again. I was like, that sounds fun, but it doesn't quite work with us. So I'm doing the same premise. It's going to be 3 who am I people. And it's going to start with less specific clues, get more specific as it goes along. There's 10 clues for each one. And so the way I'm doing it is, since it's just you get the number of points that you have clues remaining. So for instance, if I had just read the 3rd clue to you, you would have 7 points.
Right. Okay. I got you.
But for every wrong guess, you lose 2 points. So you get more points by guessing it sooner, but if you guess it wrong, it negates that.
Ooh. Okay.
You see it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You see, so it's the same premise now as the other game. You're just not competing against someone else.
The other game that I haven't ever played.
Haven't ever played. and it's this one's the undrafted amateur version, so don't ever sue us.
Right.
Other
what are
game?
we calling it?
Yeah. Calling it intelligent amateurs.
There we go.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so first person up. I'm an American. And you just pause me at any point right there. Because I'm going to go through it like this. So I'm an American. That's the first one.
Okay.
I am known to be an exceptionally good golfer. I have also been an actor in a TV show and a musician in a band. I am also a business person with a clothing line as well as developing new technology.
Pause.
I am from this. Oh.
You said an exceptionally good golfer, so you didn't say that they're a professional golfer, right?
Correct.
An actor and what was it?
A business person that has like a clothing line as well as is developing new technology, is what I said.
Developing new.
You want one more clue? Because if you guess it right now, you'll get 6 points. If you guess it right after
Give me
this.
another clue.
I'm from the state of Florida.
Keep going.
All right. I share an ex with Tom Brady.
All right, pause. A good golfer with this is gonna really show that I know nothing about pop culture.
It's about to
In
get way
America.
more specific too, if you want.
Let's keep going.
And you can't get negative points, by the way. I've had over a 3-decade career doing what I'm most known for. One more. I'm considered the GOAT of my sport.
Pause. From Florida.
From Florida. Had a 30-year career in his sport.
30?
Yeah, over a 3-decade.
Oh, man.
Because right now, if you get it correct, you get 2 points.
Shares an ex with Tom Brady. An ex-wife?
Just an ex. Ex-partner. He wasn't married to this person.
Dude, I have no clue.
All
Keep
right.
going.
This one, then I would go to the next one. I've won 11 world titles in my sport.
Dude, what? Yeah, I don't even know who to guess, dude.
All right. Well, then I'd go to the last one for you. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
Who am I with the initials KS? Come on.
Dude, I literally have
Florida,
no clue.
Someone from Florida with the name KS, who's considered the GOAT of his sport.
Oh,
has won 11.
Dude.
Yeah.
Kelly Slater.
Kelly Slater.
That shares an ex with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he golfed.
Giselle. Yeah. So he
that's
is like a 2 handicap. He was playing the Pro-Am at Pebble Beach, and it was like a best ball, but him and the pro he was teamed up with shot a 61. He had a bunch of birdies, a couple chip ins.
What, dude?
2 handicap.
I don't know anything about these people's lives. I just know Kelly Slater
that's
shreds. Whole game's gonna be hilarious because I know nothing about pop culture stuff.
That's why I thought it'd be fun.
I didn't know he was an actor. What did he act in?
Baywatch, the TV series.
Oh, dude,
He was on 27 episodes
Never
of it.
watched Baywatch.
Yeah, that's why it's misleading at first. The next two, so all of these, I think you will get by the last clue.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if you wait, you should get
I
all
hope
of
so.
them.
We'll see.
I think this one might have been the harder one. Anyway, okay. Right off, staying in Florida. I'm a Florida native. I love the outdoors.
Okay.
Hunting and fishing are some of my favorite ways to pass time. This one's super vague. I said, people had high expectations for me and I lived up to the hype. I'm going to rephrase it because I'm annoying reading that clue.
Yeah, that is so annoying.
I would say I was an early draft pick and lived up to the hype.
Pause. All right, Florida. Early draft pick and lived up to the hype?
Yeah, hunting and fishing.
Nope. Keep going.
I was a fan favorite.
Yeah, keep going.
I spent my entire career with one team.
And we don't know what sport this is, right?
No.
Keep going.
Well, I'm going to flip these two to make it a little bit easier. I'm a switch hitter.
It's got to be Chipper Jones.
It's Chipper Jones. So you got 3 points.
Let's go. Where's he from in Florida?
I forgot to write it down.
I don't think I even knew he was from Florida, but switch hitter gave it away for sure.
I originally had he was an 8-time All-Star as that clue, and I'm like, that. I mean, you still really doesn't give much.
I still didn't know what
like,
sport we were going for.
That's why I flipped it. I was like, oh, go ahead and tell you the sport. And then the last ones were I had a career batting average of 303. Who am I with the initials CJ?
Nice.
All right, you got 3 points now. All right, last person. I was born in New York. I played a lead role in a movie. I dropped out of college. I was one of 5 children. In business, my main product is a household name.
Pause. George Foreman.
Nope, but that's a good guess. That's a good guess.
I'm gonna go in.
First wrong guess though.
Yeah.
All right. I'm an Olympian. I played for the Chicago White Sox. I am known for playing through sickness in a big game.
I mean,
Do you want to guess or you want me to keep going?
No,
if you guess right now, you get 0 points on this one. Anything afterwards goes into negative.
Oh, wow.
But if you get it wrong, that also goes into negative.
Are you talking about the White Sox or the White Sox organization?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't think this will work. Just give me another hint.
I didn't make the varsity team as a sophomore in high school.
Okay, so you're talking about Michael Jordan, but
yes,
that's why I said White Sox organization. He didn't play for the White
farm
Sox.
team. Didn't that trip you up? I'll give it to you last time. You get 3 points on the total game.
I knew I had a feeling you were talking about Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
The Born in New York definitely is like, that's confusing because he's from North Carolina.
Yeah, but he was
born in New York. I'm aware of that. I knew, obviously, Olympian, household name, but you said played for the White Sox, and I was like, did he? He didn't, no.
Yeah, you're right.
But, that was a good one.
No, you definitely lost 1 point on that one. So you got 2 points total on the game. No, okay, fine. That's farm team. You got 3 points in the whole game. Congratulations.
Give me the 3.
Yeah, wow. Great job.
1 for each. Let's go. But I did get them before the last one, everyone, except the first.
Yeah, you didn't not get any of them.
Right.
So
that was tough, though. That was definitely tough. I need to do one of those for you so you can see how tough it is.
Pretty fun, though. Because you could do like, where am I? I was going to mix it up and do like a where am I and a what am I.
Oh, yeah.
It was just tricky because I didn't know, like reading it to you, it was harder than I thought it was going to be. And so I was trying to avoid the obvious giveaways. But like when you're researching someone to figure out the interesting facts, everything seems more obvious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, yeah, how would you not know I'm from Florida that it was Kelly Slater because he's the only famous person from Florida.
Right.
You know what I mean?
With no like telling me what sport it is or anything.
I know. Well, that was my thing. I was like, if I say surfing, you're going to obviously immediately just guess Kelly Slater. And so,
right.
Anyway, had to mix it up.
Fun game though. I'll have to do that for you so you can see how hard it is on the other side.
Yeah, no, I'm going to fail. I'm so bad at the real game.
Me too, apparently.
Yes.
That's tough.
My dad, other Alan, can just crush at it. He'll be like reading in the newspaper in the other room, and then he'll just yell out the answer. You're like, what? Why don't you
How
play?
do you know that?
Yeah, come
on, man.
Come on, man. But I got to follow up because last week, the games, we were talking more about world records, and you're like, we're going to research and figure out if there's one that we can do. Have you done that? Do you have any ideas?
We have a couple. So I got 2 kind of like distance / making it to a certain area or like certain spots within 24 hours. We were talking about last time, I think, was like the walking to different countries.
Mm-hmm.
I came up with 2 that are kind of along that line, and then I came up with 2 that are more along the personal workout achievement type line. So,
because I really do think if we should figure out what's a world record we could go after, and then document the whole journey.
Yeah,
on Undrafted.
And honestly, we could probably. I really think all of these are attainable right now.
Ooh, okay.
First one I got. We're going to keep it in the United States. Most states by bike in 24 hours. The current number of states is 6. So I got on and I mapped out 2 different routes that could get us to 7 states in 24 hours in less than 300 miles biking. So 300 miles biking
Is a lot.
is a lot, but let me get into it.
Okay, yeah.
First option, West Virginia, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. You start in West Virginia, you go up through there into New York. That takes you 281 miles. It's about even with elevation overall. It's like a 5,000 foot elevation gain and also a 5,000 foot elevation loss around the whole route. It's definitely possible. 281 miles for 24 hours is going to be...
Well, I was saying, like, okay, see, if it was 18 hours, that's 15 miles an hour.
So this
Or
is like
16.
11.5 miles an hour for 24 hours.
If you go 24 hours.
If you go 24 hours, which we probably need a good portion of that to do that.
Well, I'm thinking, like, if there's, like, rest, eating, is it easier to go in burst or just keep pedaling?
Probably
even if
burst,
you do-
but like you probably want to take like 30-minute break, hour break or something like that. But
That's what I'm thinking. So, like, if it's 18 hours of biking, it's 15.6 miles per hour, which is very attainable.
yeah, it's doable. I think the hard part would be it does have 5,000 feet of elevation gain, which isn't a ton over that distance, but that's still a decent amount. But it also has that much of elevation loss. So that time you're going pretty fast downhill, right? So I think it's doable. There is another one that is slightly less miles, but it has more total elevation gain / loss. So this one is
Okay.
New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Maine. So that one's a little more mountainous. Honestly, it would probably be pretty cool to bike through those areas.
That's what I was thinking.
256 miles and 7,890 feet of elevation gain, but 8,343 feet of elevation loss. So you have a little bit more loss, but you do have more elevation gain. It is less miles, so you would only have to average about 10.5 miles an hour for that amount of time.
Or if you're doing the 18, that's like just over 14 miles an hour.
Yeah, so both are doable. I'll put this in perspective as the most countries on bike in 24 hours is 9. And that guy rode 444 miles in 24 hours. So it's doable.
Dude, this is very doable.
It's doable. I think it's doable only until somebody else figures out that they could do this.
So don't listen. No one, don't share with the friends.
Share. Now everybody share. I mean, if you go out and knock this world record out because you lost or because you listened to this podcast, please tag us.
Yes.
You know, because
That
I'm
would actually
laying
be
out the
super
map
sick.
for you, how you can do it. There's 2 ways that I see that you could possibly do it. And I think it's definitely possible.
I love this.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay,
achievable.
I would be down for either one of those.
I think it'll be tough either way. I mean, biking 256 or 281 miles either way is not an easy feat, but it's doable, dude. It's definitely doable.
I think the move might be 256 is the cooler one, right?
They're both pretty cool. I think the 256 is a little more mountainous. And you do have a little bit more downhill. You would just have to fight uphill a little bit more.
256, you do it like on 16 hours. That's 16 miles an hour, which is super doable.
Yeah.
You could do it like 4 on, 2 off.
Or have like a support van ride behind us or something. It's doable.
I mean, honestly, you could do like 8 on, 4 off, 4 on, 2 off, 4 on, 2 off. Easy.
Yeah. I mean,
Or you wouldn't need to do 2 off because you would be finished.
right.
But
Yeah. You could just do, 8 on, 1 or 2 off, 8 on,
8 on.
and then kind
Go
of,
to another state. Get it. Okay.
dude,
I like
I
this.
think
I would be
it's-
down for that.
I think it's doable.
Okay.
Might have to knock that one out. The other distance one that I want to bring up is most countries visited in 24 hours by skateboard. So the current world record is only 4, which is not crazy. There's definitely places where 3 countries meet, then you just have to go to one more. So
Yeah.
this one, if you remember last on the pod, we talked about a person who walked to, I think it was 5 countries in the same day. You could essentially just take the same route, but on a skateboard, which is easier. So that would get you to 5, which would be the new world record. So the one that I mapped out is Italy, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Austria, Germany, which I think is the same route that person took. The catch here, and it's a good catch, is most of it is downhill. So it's 95 miles, which is not bad. I mean, that's 3.95 miles an hour if you went 24 hours straight.
Yeah.
2,460 feet in elevation gain, which would suck going uphill, but it's doable. 8,000 feet of elevation loss. So you're going down a total of like 6,000 feet in elevation gain. So you're just cruising downhill on a skateboard.
So, because I was thinking about this one a lot afterwards.
Yeah.
My mind was running with it. I'm wondering, the question is, what are the rules of visiting on a skateboard? Is it that you can't, like, your feet can never come off the skateboard the whole time? That you can't, like, move forward walking? Like, could you do, like, the classic, like, 1 foot on and, like, run beside it? Or, you know what I mean? Like, where you're pumping?
Oh, you have
Not
to be
pumping,
able to
but
do
like,
that.
Or, like, into surf skate work or just surfboard?
I think it would be easier to do it on a longboard, like not surf skateboard.
Yeah, especially if it's that much downhill.
Yeah, because you're gonna be getting wobbles. I think honestly, a lot of it's mountainous that you're going downhill, so I think you would have to have some kind of like brake system, probably. Like,
Yeah, that's
have like a big. Have you seen the big sticks you can like use to kind of push yourself on a skateboard?
Mm-hmm.
You just get one of those and maybe drag it behind to slow yourself down. I don't know. Something along those lines. But I think that one's super doable.
Yeah, as long as it's not one of those things that's like, okay, like what if there are a bunch of cars? Can you get off and stand on the side of the road? Like,
I think you probably could. I don't think it's like that. It might be, but
if it's not, then it sounds even more doable.
yeah, if it's not, then it's super doable. If you do have to do that, that would be pretty difficult.
I like this.
But I think both of those are super attainable, and they would both be fun to do.
I think for sure we should do the bike one this year.
Yeah, I mean it's here. We could hit it.
I'm so in for it.
It's a big bike ride, but I think why not get that
Why
world
not?
record? We should do it.
People, let us know what you think. If there are any other ones we're missing. I mean, there are a lot that we're missing, but any ones that you've thought about, that
Yeah,
we should do, or you want to do it with us, that would be sick too.
that'd be cool. And if you decide you want to do it before us, please just at least be like, hey, I heard it from these guys.
Yeah, motivated. That's the goal. We want to motivate people to do sick stuff. So
You think you'd want to do the New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Maine?
yeah, I just think, I mean, they'd all be cool.
I mean, the other one you get to go through West Virginia, Virginia. The problem with the route through like from West Virginia is you'd have to go through like Baltimore. I think you'd have to go
Yeah.
through like a big city. I think it may be Philadelphia, and then New Jersey and New York are kind of congested. But the other one is mainly mountains.
That's kind of what I was thinking, just like scenic.
Yeah,
That one would be sick.
maybe that's one we should do. Dude, the other two, these aren't distance related, but they're still fun. So currently the most push-ups in 1 hour while wearing a 100-pound backpack is 442. That's
Okay.
only 7.36 push-ups per minute for an hour with an 100-pound backpack, which I think is very doable. I think 10 push-ups a minute for a whole
Dude,
hour.
I think we're
Let's do it.
forgetting what the drop off will be like.
What do you mean?
Like anything like that. Like if you're benching 135 pounds, it's so light, and then all of a sudden it just gets really heavy. Like a 100-pound backpack. Even if you're just doing like one push up, rest a second, one push up, or you're doing like 10, rest a second. Like, dude, I've collapsed doing push ups after a really hard chest set.
But I don't know, man. You get a whole hour to do 442.
Yeah, with 100 extra pounds.
Yeah, I just think that's really doable.
Yeah.
7.36 push-ups a minute? Say you do 14, then you rest for 2 minutes. Then you do 14, and then you rest
That's
for
what I'm
2
saying.
minutes.
It's not the pace. I'm just thinking that like how I just feel like the drop off is a lot heavier with 100 pounds.
It probably is. Okay, let's feed that into this one. The most push-ups in 1 hour without any added weight is 884, which is oddly enough exactly double of the one with 100, which I just noticed. But
Interesting.
that's 14.7 push-ups a minute for a whole hour. I've done 1,000 push-ups in probably an hour 15, hour 20 before.
I actually feel like that one might be more doable than the 100-pound one.
Maybe. I think they're both reasonable. But
I just haven't really
884 in an hour, I think, is really, really doable.
I think you should try that this week.
I mean, I might try right now.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to get the representative from Guinness, but you'll know.
Well,
if
I'll
you
just
can
do
or
it.
not.
I'll see how close I am first and then train a little bit. Let's think. If you do sets of 50, you got to get, not good at math, man.
I don't know what you're trying to figure out how many sets of 50?
16 sets of 50 would get you 800. So you'd need 18 sets of 50. So every 3 minutes, you'd have to do a set of 50. That's pretty tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of push-ups.
It's pretty tough. I think you would have to break it down to like sets of 30. But I do think it's doable. Just grind.
I'm on board with the bike ride before the push-ups.
Well, the push-ups you could try right now.
I could.
You could.
I could.
We're going to train for both.
That's true.
The bike
train
ride
for
would be more
everything.
fun, but the push-ups I just think is something at home if you wanted to try. Go out and try to break
Yeah,
the
just see
push-up
how many you can crank
record.
out. Worst case, you just do a bunch of push-ups.
Yeah, worst case, you just get a great workout. And since we're going
Love
to be
it.
going on this trip, we're going to hopefully be doing a lot of body weight stuff, so might prepare us for it.
Might prepare for it. Well, speaking of body, what about bodies of water and which ones are the best? And if we were to draft them, which ones would we pick?
Ooh, that's something to think
And
about.
I get the first pick. I'm going to go the ocean. Clear cut number one. Covers what? The majority of the earth. What is it? 2/3?
Yeah,
So easy.
ocean has a lot.
Joe is taking the ocean. Number one.
That's tough. How many are we doing? 5 apiece?
5 apiece.
Man, there's a lot of bodies of water. I could go on a limb and do the human body because it's made up of 70% water, but I'm not going to go there because that's too far. Let's go with.
I would give it to you.
I don't think I want to take it. Are you going to take it?
Maybe if it's open later, we'll see.
All right. I'm going to go with lakes.
Yep.
That includes the Great Lakes. That includes the lake in your backyard. Any big lake day. I think lakes are huge. Let's go with. I'll go with seas. Mediterranean.
Ooh.
We're going there. That's a sea. Dead Sea. Get a lot of salt water in that too.
Yeah.
Lakes and seas.
Ooh. Where do I want to take this? Interesting. A lot of options. Like, we thinking bay? Are we thinking Gulf? Are we thinking a natural hot springs? Because that's what I'm gonna do. A hot tub in nature. That's sick. And it's like a river. And then I want to say like the swimming hole at the bottom of a waterfall. I don't know what that's called.
Swimming hole?
Swimming hole. Classic, dude. I gotta go a pool. Just a man-made generic pool in your backyard or in your neighborhood or at your grandma's house or wherever it is. A pool.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. You left me with river. Gotta get the rivers.
That was the one I was 50-50 on.
Rivers are huge. I can get anywhere I need to get on a river. A lot of fun stuff on a river. Kayaking. Love kayaking. Also,
The reason I went pool over river is because you can literally bring a pool to your backyard. So the convenience sake of it.
That's fair.
A river's cooler, objectively, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm going to go with an aquifer. So for people that
drinking water.
People that don't know, an aquifer is basically the water that is underground that supplies our wells, and it also supplies all the springs in Florida, the natural springs. So by default, if I pick an aquifer, I get all of the Florida springs, freshwater springs.
That's not the way it works.
That is the way it works.
No. You get the aquifer.
No.
Well,
it's part of the springs are part of the aquifer.
No, because they're above.
Yes, they
ground.
are.
They're above ground.
Nope.
It's a different place.
Nope.
The water's all connected. If I say raindrops this time, does that give me every single thing that it goes to? The aquifer after it goes to the ground to an aquifer? No.
The springs are just holes in the Florida aquifer that it comes up through. So
yeah.
I get the
rivers feed into the ocean. Does that mean that the river is the ocean?
No, because it ends there, but there's no distinct difference between the spring and the aquifer.
Yes, there is. Underground, above ground.
All right, we're looking it up.
I agree that it goes to it. It just doesn't make it one and the same.
All right, I'll just take the springs then. You took hot springs. I'll take freshwater springs.
I thought aquifer sick. I might take that.
I mean, I think it's all connected together.
I think you should just do aquifers. That's awesome.
I'll do aquifer. Yeah. And I'm also taking springs within that. You can argue all you want.
It's up for debate. I'm putting springs ?
All right. Yeah. We'll look into the exact definition, but I think it's connected.
Well, no, it just depends on where we draw the line.
Yeah, I'm drawing the line at the surface.
But I'm taking the river then because ocean.
No, there's a distinct difference.
I keep dropping the seat on dumb. Whatever. Oh, these are my last two.
Ooh. I love how we're talking about these like they're going to fight each other.
I know. They might, honestly.
Like if you get the ocean, I'm taking the river so you can't supply the ocean.
Yeah, well, I'm going to take a creek so you can't supply your river.
That's what I was going to do.
I actually am going to take a creek, though, because they're sick.
Yep. The creek.
And then for the last pick, I've thought about raindrops. I've thought about puddles. Thought about ponds. I just want a classic hot tub, though. I've got a hot springs for out in nature.
You got a hot spring, a pool, hot tub.
I got a pool, hot tub, hot springs, ocean, creek.
Yeah. Is that what you're taking?
I think I'm going to take a hot tub.
Nice.
Yeah. Can I get a hot tub?
Can I get a hot tub? Why not?
Oh, I won with the ocean, so I'm just having fun with the rest of it.
I mean, I got lake, sea, river, aquifer, dude. Come on.
I kind of want to do bay, actually. Was the one that I was thinking about.
I don't really like bays that much.
But that hot tub is kind of sick.
Yeah. That's kind of sick. I get one more.
Yeah.
Body of water.
Are you going to do the human body?
Should I do the human body?
I think it might win it for you.
I'm going to do the human body, made up of over 70% water. You can't beat the human body. Gotta stay hydrated.
A play on words. A play on words and is
a body of water. You get this?
Clever
you
man.
Get that? Come on.
This is why he's a medical professional. And on that note, we'll see you next week. Peace.